Hello everybody. Today we are playing the Giant and we're doing a gun game with infinite warfare weapons. That's right, we're using infinite warfare weapons on Black Ops 3 on the Giant, which was Darius, which came out in World at War, which was the first ever Cod Zombies game. So in a way, we are playing with infinite warfare weapons on the one of the first ever Cod Zombies maps. I don't know, it's fun, it's cool. I thought it'd be a good idea. If you're excited for this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really does help out the channel a ton. If you're wondering why the zombies' eyes are purple, it is just a side effect of the mod. I do think, even though I disabled custom power-ups, that there are some glitches where they end up getting through. We'll just try to ignore them as they come along, but we are starting off with the UDM. Oh my god, look at that, that is, I'm going to have to put an epilepsy warning or something. That's absurd. I have no idea, by the way, the quality control on these guns. That goes for like things like the brightness, the sound effects, because that is insane. Or even some of the Pack-a-Punch names. I know the creator took some liberties with those liberties. I don't necessarily agree with on a lot of them. I think they're a bit edgy in the not very funny way nowadays. Maybe a product of its time, who knows? But it is something that would be very fun. I really enjoyed Infinite Warfare. I feel like I played Ghost so much, and I know Ghost is not Infinite Warfare, but they feel very similar to me whenever I played them for some reason. Like, I just got the same vibe. So I did enjoy Infinite Warfare because as much as I did hate Ghosts at the time I was playing it, I look back rather fondly on it, whether that's just nostalgia blinding me. Who knows? I did enjoy Extinction. But like I did play this game a lot. Dude, it's killing my eyes. We've got to get off this thing soon. I did enjoy the game a lot, but I remember really being on the train of all right, Call of Duty, you've taken it too far. But I did enjoy the zombies in it. I remember the gun that could swap between the assault rifle and the it could turn into a kimbo, or it could be like a single gun, no, there was one that could, the Ripper, I think, could turn between assault rifle and SMG. Maybe that was in COD Ghost, man. Now I'm getting them all mixed up. I think it might have been. But Infinite Warfare did have a lot of really cool guns. I mean, Infinite Warfare Zombies is so much fun. Did I ever upload it? I tried recording a Rave in the Redwoods video, and I remember it went really badly, and I acknowledge it in the video, but I think I ended up not even putting that out. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I do have a Zombies in Spaceland video up on the channel, which was a ton of fun. I definitely want to go back and play more Infinite Warfare Zombies. It's just so hard. I don't like playing for the first time maps on video because it's a really bad video, because it's just me failing and it's not even that funny. It's just me being bad at the game. Oh, the Hellstorm, looky here, man. It's weird because I have nostalgia for these guns because I do recognize them, but if you asked me like out of context what the Hellstorm was from Infinite Warfare, I probably would have said a score streak. Like, I would not have remembered it's a 3-round burst, like revolver pistol, like at all. But this one is a lot of fun. I definitely recommend to play through it if you have Black Ops 3. Dude, Black Ops 3 is like, oh my gosh. Okay, here's a cool fact. Like, Xbox released their top 25 games sold, and like the Black Ops 1, maybe not Black Ops 1, no, I think it was Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 are still on the list. Like, the success of Black Ops 3, I'm not sure will ever be rivaled until they create another game with mod tools, because Black Ops 3, like, despite being quite old at this point, being 8 years old or something absurd like that, I don't want to think about it, makes me feel old. Despite being as old as it is it still a pretty good foundation for like a modern base for like modded, for a good base for like modded creations and user maps. I mean, I think some like creators out there are working with the community to make some really awesome things, and like, I don't know, I love the Zombies community. I could ramble about it all day. I think we easily have one of the best communities out there with very little what is this, it's sour eggs, sour apples, I don't know, very little people who ruin it. I think for the most part we've all, I like to imagine we mostly all have a pretty level-headed what am I trying to say? We all are pretty level-headed. We all keep our cool. Surely the Call of Duty community is not known for having wild outbursts of rage. No, not us. No, we maybe the sarcasm is apparent enough. I do think the Zombies community is awesome. I do think the Zombies community is very awesome. I don't know why I bought that. I'm not actually going to use it. I just saw press button and I was like, ooh, press button, don't mind if I do. Man. We also aren't using the Pack-a-Punch versions. Whenever I say, by the way, that if we get one of the Pack-a-Punch ones, I'm going to have to censor the name, is there are power-ups, like I said, some of the custom ones, which do Pack-a-Punch your weapon. Like I said, I did disable the custom ones, but I feel like I disable them every time, and they still weasel their little heads through. But I do want to start thinking about some perks. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I normally keep them on. Okay, wait, hold up. Have I seen I know I've seen power-ups this game, right? Like, surely it didn't just disable all of the power-ups. I mean, it's not like we really need power-ups because we don't really need points. We don't really need, like, free perks, which is one of the things it normally gives you. We don't really need any of that. No, I've definitely seen power-ups, but I think so far we've not had any of the custom ones, which I am a fan of. I do need to go by quick revive. Normally, even if you go down, you can't really like lose in the gun game. It just demotes you, so you have to go through and through and through. But if we have quick revive, it'll just give me an extra layer of security. The video won't just end if I go down. That's the fun thing about gun games, is they're pretty impossible to lose unless you just like, it's just skill diff, right? Because like even if you go down, it just demotes you. So like you have infinite possibilities to beat the game, and because it is point based, not kill based, it ends up becoming pretty easy to move forward through the rounds. But I do imagine we'll be in the mid to high 20s going through here. I also don't know if I clarified because I meant to start singing. I feel like I got distracted talking about something else, which is that I don't have the pack-a-punch guns enabled. I do find it more fun just to go through like the ones we remember, because like, to me, it's more of a nostalgia thing than, oh, I want to see, because I'm not saying the guns are poorly designed whatsoever. Like, the Pack-a-Punch guns in these mods are really cool. I just prefer to go through it and see the nostalgia, because it's also so many weapons. It takes so long to get through them all. But I definitely recommend if you play through, just to try it out, have some fun with it, man. It's a good mod. All of these ones, they do have pretty decently high quality. I mean, there's bugs and glitches that get through, but like for the most part, they're pretty solid works. I do wish they kept the original perk locations, by the way. I don't like how Black Ops 3 likes doing this thing where it shuffles the perks around. It's just, it never has felt like an increased challenge to me. It just has felt like an increased annoyance, I suppose. So that means Jug's probably back there, right? No, that's double tap. Where was Jug? I must have missed it. Was it down here? No, that's Mule Kick. Was it out here? I thought... I guess I didn't check it. What are you? You are double tap, so I guess that was Joe. Why did I see orange? I swore I saw orange back there, but I suppose I'm just blinded by my own hubris. Yeah, it's Jug right there. Alright, well, I don't want to open that though right now. I'd rather just buy double tap, increase the power of these guns a little bit, get speed cola for the slower loading ones, and I think we'll be okay. I wish these rounds would go by just a little bit quicker. I feel like it's taking a bit long to get through this, but I don't mind too much. If you guys don't, again, I will ask, just because it really does help the metrics. I don't usually ask more than, well, I guess more than twice at the very beginning and at the end, but seriously, leaving a comment or something helps a ton. Interaction with the video, YouTube likes it, and I like it. I read each and every single comment. So here's a question. I don't want to ask what your favorite Call of Duty game. That's so boring. I don't know. I don't have a question. Ooh, what's your guys' favorite Easter egg? I love the like the fly trap Easter egg. I'm not looking for the fly trap. I'm looking for the teddy bears. I'm trying to remember where he is. But I love the fly trap Easter egg. So what's your guys' favorite like non-main storyline Easter egg? I think the dog on Moon is pretty fun. Like under Ice and Drock, the disco ball. That's a really fun one to me. So yeah, what's your guys' favorite mini Easter egg? If you leave a comment telling me, I would much appreciate it. Oh, it looks like we're finally off of the pistols. I think this is the first non-pistol we've had. We might have had another. Maybe I'm not paying. Oh, dude, I don't like the tinkle. I didn't want to grab them, but like the it's not called a tinkle, but like the chiming, I suppose, the happy chime noises. The sound of those were a little annoying. By the way, it's a little League of Legends reference. There's a really good creator for League called Happy Chime Noises. I wasn't saying I didn't like the sound of his voice, just rather I couldn't think of what the name of that was. I was just gonna make a little teasing tidbit. Waiting for the dogs. Help! Oh, let me tell you guys how stupid I am, by the way. This is pretty funny to me. Let's make sure we don't go down while we do it. That'd be mighty embarrassing. We don't have Jug yet, and dogs can be a force to be reckoned with. But whenever I was playing the original World at War version of this map, I saw Embrace Trinity and True Power, and I was trying to think of like what I thought it was like a religious illusion. Is that what you would call it? Where it references like religion, because like maybe they didn't have the story figured out enough, and it was like, what are they talking about? Were they trying to have Cod Zombies be religious at one point? But no, someone made a really good point that it's literally, it wasn't just someone, it was I think Sol Duraku was the main one who left it, but maybe there was someone else. I'm pretty sure it was Sol Duraku who mentioned it. Embrace Trinity and True Power will, I think it says reveal itself. It's just the three teleporters, and it unlocks Pack-a-Punch. I was overly thinking it. Look, I was really good at literature analysis. I'll tell you that, boys. Rhetorical analysis, literature analysis, I was good at it. I could write an essay. I will tell you, man. I once wrote in high school 45 pages of an essay. Technically, it was like 8 pages of, it was like 7 to 8 pages of 5 or 6 essays because I sold essays. I was not a great student, but that's probably my proudest achievement because I'd already taken everyone's money like 2 weeks prior, and I'd procrastinated writing all the essays. So I just went through and wrote all of them in one night. And then like in college, I had bad habits as well, where like I would always save my essays for like in college you can't save it as much for like the last day because it'd be like a multi-month long project, but I'd save it for like the last 2 weeks, and I'd have to come up with like a 30-page research paper with like 15 sources. And the thing is, right, they'll typically like ask for your sources a bit before and like approve them and stuff. Some of my professors did, some of them didn't. It just depends on who you had, I suppose. But I would always submit the source and be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm working on, this is how far on my paper, just completely bold-faced lying. I would just Google random sources and hope they didn't check it, because I would always then just like, it's what you're not supposed to do in research. I was just looking through the sources then to find things that agreed with me. Even if there were like 20 things that disagreed with me, I would just grab the one that agreed with me. Nowadays, you guys have Chat GPT. Chat GPT wasn't around whenever I was doing my essays. Even then, dude, I see some of the stuff Chat GPT puts out. I feel like if I was a teacher, I'd be able to tell. Not just because I think some of it's low quality, because some of it is really good. Like, you can just tell because the way, like, so I wasn't even a teacher. I didn't read like all my peers' stuff. My peers would occasionally ask me like, "Hey, can you read over my essay?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And I would learn what the writing styles of each person were. Maybe I'm particularly observant, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. And so I assume any teacher that's like worth their salt would pretty easily be able to tell who's faking the essays and who isn't. But I don't know. I also think I love teachers. I think teachers are the backbone of society. Let me make that clear. I think teaching is like one of the greatest things you can do in your life. And this is coming from the little a-hole, because that's what I was, who would say, oh, those who teach cannot do, or those who cannot do teach. Teachers are absolutely like so important. But some of them, man, some of them are so terrible, because it goes both ways. A teacher really can like change your life forever. I remember my teachers who made the biggest impacts in my life, ones who I invited to my wedding from high school, because they made such a profound impact on my life. But then I remember some absolute stinkers who just were like, obviously didn't care. They were only there for a paycheck, which is surprising to me, because I'll tell you, teachers' paychecks ain't that great. I got family who are teachers. I know what the teachers make. It's public information. You can pull it up on certain websites and literally see what your teachers make. Me and my a-hole buddies did it, and we never said it to the teacher's face, making jokes about it, but we definitely made jokes to ourselves because we were little a-holes. That's just how it was. But man, like some of them are just like stinkers, man. It's even worse in college. I don't know. It's so bad everywhere. Like some of the ones in college I had were like, clearly those guys were there for the paycheck. They were there for tenure. They didn't care about you. But like, I don't get it. If you're like an elementary through high school, and you know what? Here's the thing. I don't think it was just they didn't like me, because like obviously it's easy to not like me because I was a jerk as a high schooler. I've said this a million times. Middle schooler, elementary schooler, I was always just not the nicest person. It took me a long time to mature and like learn that responsibility, right? But what is that music? What is that? Is that always there? I feel like I've never heard that before. I'm going to open up this. I was going to buy Speed Cola, but I want to get this open just to say I did it. I don't particularly care either way about pack-a-punching. We're probably not going to. I don't even know if you can, if it's enabled, but I figured we'd just do this. But anyways, so I can't even say it was just because they didn't like me, because they did not help anybody. Like even like some students who obviously were there to try to focus and learn and didn't appreciate that I would constantly talk and disrupt the class. Even they would ask me like for help in certain classes because the teacher just would not work with them at all. And we're talking like absolute teachers' pets, people who teachers normally love. They just like, I don't know, they were extremely unhelpful. I don't want to be too harsh on them, because maybe I was just younger and I had a warped view on it. Maybe they were going through personal stuff in their life and I just caught them on a bad year, you know, because it's very possible to genuinely have bad years. Like if something truly terrible happens, it's very reasonable to have it affect a prolonged period of your life. So I don't want to judge them too harshly, but I do think that, yeah, some of them are just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Basically, like if you're a student and you have a bad teacher, don't necessarily blame yourself for it, because sometimes I do think bad ones exist. I guess that's the entire point of my little rant. I don't know. You all find something to talk about. I might as well talk about your own memories. ZC Zombie Chronicles. Can you guys believe it? It was teased this long beforehand. I don't even, did that always say ZC, or was that actually like a hint that had been there forever? Part of me wants to truly believe that it was not always there, because I feel like I only noticed about it. I guess seeing this lag, I have no idea what is causing this lag. I hope it doesn't show up too much in the video. I'm trying to keep my eye on it in game, because I can see my FPS. I don't think you guys can, but I can see it, and I'm not seeing it dip below 60. And because I do record the videos in 60, hopefully it doesn't show up. I don't know, man. On my end, it looks pretty scuffed, but we'll end up seeing how it ends up turning out. We are making our way through these guns, already on round 10. Oh my gosh, I know it was a rocket launcher. It's called the Spartan, but it just obliterated those guys. I guess double points does make us go through it even faster. If we start getting into a tricky situation, I will end up camping on the catwalk, because I do think it is, like, it's just iconic of Doris, or the Giant, to sit up and camp on the catwalk. But I would like to use and just, like, train as much as I can. I don't want to just sit in one place for too long. My main place I plan on training are, like, over here, and then in the spawn zone eventually. But I do feel like every single time I train in the spawn zone, I just end up going down just because pure skill diff. I don't know. It's not the most fun thing in the world to be bad at the video game, right? Not a particularly fun time. I went and buy speed cola. I couldn't get the word out there. I was mixing it all up. We could see if we have stamina up or dead shot. I'm trying to remember. How do you do it, man? Is it you have to teleport monkeys? I think it's you have to teleport monkeys and then press a button. So I don't know if I actually care to go through all that effort just for 2 perks. That, like, normally stamina up is a goated perk. But, like, dude, it's Doris. Come on. Like, do you really need to be turbo sprinting? What do they call it now? Where the kids are, like, obsessed with movement. There's a term for it. I don't know if it's derogatory or not. I think it's an insult. It's called movement kitties. Not as in CITTIES. Oh, that's funny. Movement kitties. That's funny to me. I don't know. I know script kitties is a term, but I don't think it's that. Dude, what is it? It is slide. I don't know, man. But there's like a phrase for people who are just obsessed with movement in modern games, and like don't like playing games without movement. Like there was this clip, I think it was by oh god, what's his name? Jake Lucky. I think some people call him Jake Sucky, but I can't remember. I think his name is Jake Lucky, and he feels like, oh, all the blank movement kids, I don't know, are moving over to Titanfall 2, even though it's super old, because its movement is goated, and it was this picture of, like, I don't know, probably a 12-year-old like going crazy on the game. And then because look, I don't particularly love it, but like, you know, every time you see like something with like some kid going crazy in like Fortnite or Call of Duty, it's always like, oh, you know, taking 15,000 milligrams of Adderall while they're drinking their morning pre-workout shake. I'm just like, all right, hey, I'm down to clown on people for the pre-workout, but hey, take it easy with the prescription medicine, okay? And then, look, if we want to go medicine, let's just say they're hyped up on cocaine or something. I probably shouldn't say that. I don't know. But like we gotta hit the people who have to use it for an actual reason. You know what I mean? Let's just throw out some. I don't know. Like we used to, you know. I mean, we would say, what are you, high on crack or something? Like, let's go back to that. Let's stop making fun of people for actual things, shall we? Let's go back to making fun of them on baseless things. I don't know, boys. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to tell that story. It was just it's my friend. So whenever my friend, he kept making these jokes, and we would play Modern Warfare 2 back in 2022 is whenever that one came out, dude. It's so weird how we had back-to-back Modern Warfare. I don't like it. It feels so against everything I know in the Call of Duty community. But he kept like, I don't know what you would call it, like fake saying words that you most certainly should not say. Is like, boys, we're going back to Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. The whole time, like, it's funny, right? Because he wasn't actually saying them, so it's like totally okay. But it's just it was so funny. It was like, man, this should not be very funny. Because I personally don't think it's very funny to use derogatory terms and slurs, but that's just me. That's just a theory, a game theory. But I just, it was such a weird feeling of, man, this should not be funny, but man, this joke kinda slaps. Like, well, you're onto something here, I guess. Oh man, what a episode. We're talking about drugs and slurs, boys. Hop on in for this one. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't even know what to work towards now. I'm just enjoying going through these weapons. I will say, this is my second video I'm recording tonight. The first one I ended up having, I ended up failing, and it was quite a bit into it. So my lungs, my throat, everything is wearing down a little bit, and I keep getting just insanely lightheaded. And so basically, I'm telling you guys this because if I have to take a minute where I'm like, all right, boys, I'll be back. It's not because I'm hacking or anything. It's because I'm feeling giga lightheaded, and I'd really prefer not to faint on camera. Maybe that'd be funny though. I don't know, because I think that's considered like self-harm, is if you let yourself faint. Because I know Mango got banned on Twitch because he drank. If you don't know, Mango's a professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player, which I'm laughing not because it's funny, but because it's such an absurd thing. The professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player, like any professional gaming player, got so drunk they passed out on stream and they got banned for it. I love Mango. Mango's the GOAT. Okay, like I love Mango. He absolutely the GOAT. But it's such a funny thing. For one, he let it happen, but two, he got banned for it under the context of self-harm, which I get. But letting myself faint on non-camera, but on recording might not fly under the YouTube guidelines. I think we're teetering the edge enough as is this episode. I always wonder what I should call it. Is it an episode? Is it I don't even know what else you could call it. It's just it's a video. In this video, I prefer the term video. It's kind of like so episodes like too old media, but I also don't like the new media terms. Like people, dude, I still can't believe there's humans out there that unironically call themselves influencers. Like, okay, chill, bro. I was watching The Bouse, and The Bouse had the best like take ever on influencers. I just opened that. I don't know. I'm just running around doing stuff. He had the best take ever. It was like, I'm not going to try to do his accent, but it still might inadvertently come out just because I love his accent, and whenever I copy him, I accidentally do it. But it's just like, guys, if you're an influencer, you should not be allowed to go outside. Because he was watching this video of like this, I mean, he looked like 15. I don't know how old he was. He might be like 18, 19. Sometimes it's hard to tell with guys because they start to get like facial hair early and everything. But he was just like smoking this giant cigarette while walking around the store. And the guy had a really positive message. Like, he was super chill. But he was just walking around, like, it's kind of disturbing people. And he was like, guys, it's just a green screen. But it didn't seem like a green screen. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. If it is a green screen, I think it's actually pretty funny content in that case. Like, everyone there is an actor. But I don't know if it was. I think he was just walking around like Lowe's or Home Depot or something with a cigarette. Which, like, some people have asthma. And, like, some people might not like that. And so Bass, like, if you're an influencer, you should not be allowed to go outside. Like, you should just have to stay in your room. You should just not be allowed out, which I think is the funniest and absolutely best take on content creation I've ever heard in my entire life. It is so funny. Like, certain laws, like, oh yeah, if your primary source of income is from any form of content creation or influencing, then you're just not allowed outside. You're placed under house arrest, with the border being at your doors. My only reference of house arrest, by the way, being Ant-Man 2? Ant-Man 1? One of the Ant-Mans, where at one point I think he steps outside and it beeps. But even then, I might be misremembering if the boundary is like your yard or if the boundary is your door. I don't know. Do people even like get house arrest anymore? I feel like the last time I heard about that was the Ant-Man 2 movie, and then before that, I think it was Ant-Man 2. And then before that was like... yeah, he's in the house arrest because of the events of Captain America Civil War. I know my Marvel. I used to be so into Marvel. Anyways, we'll cycle back to Marvel. But like, I feel like last time I heard about house arrest before that was like 2008, man. Maybe like 2010, 2012. The years all merged together. Aware, chat, aware. I feel so unhinged this episode. The episode, there it is again. Marvel, boys, you like Iron Man? It's so funny. I'm talking about Bouse again. Bouse loves Marvel. It's a bit because like at first he was just talking about how he enjoys Marvel, but now he just says like, oh, he hates every movie that's not Marvel, and it's become like funny. Well, like the guy just genuinely enjoys Marvel and stuff. I don't. Bouse is. Bouse, it's like people said like Ludwig is a content creator's content creator. Dude, Bouse is anybody's content creator. Every time I've introduced someone to Bouse, they love him. I think the only way you don't love Bouse is if for one you don't like. No. I don't mess with that green zombie. I think the only way you don't like Bounce is if, for one, you care about League of Legends, and two, you don't care about League of Legends. If you care too much about League, his gameplay is gonna frustrate you. I need to get this insta-kill because this gun is doo-doo. So either you don't care about League at all, so you don't watch it, or you care about League a little too much, and seeing him go like 0-28, getting banned and then getting unbanned the next day, that might frustrate you because you were really toxic in chat and maybe made some comments about your teammates, you know, the heritage, ancestral lineage. By the way, that's a reference to this. I'll talk about the Reddit post that that's from in a minute. Maybe you made some not so savory comments and you got banned. You're like, why can't I get unbanned? You content creators have so much privilege. To which case they do, by the way. They absolutely do. It's because they make the company money, and you probably don't. You actually lose the company money by harassing other players. The Reddit post, by the way, is this post where in League, oh my god, I gotta stop talking about League. In League, if you get banned, because you said it will show you the logs, right? And this guy's logs were something like, he was just like calling out regular callouts, right? And so the top comment on the Reddit post was, well, you know, did you say anything the game beforehand? And the user just replies, I might have made some assumptions about my teammates, like racial identity or something like that. Clearly meaning that he was being like extraordinarily racist, and that's what he got banned for. Which isn't funny, guys. Racism's not funny, but the fact that he tried to like masquerade it, but then just kind of openly admitted to it was a little funny. So that's that, a little bit of history. Anyways, we're talking about Bounce. Oh yeah, Marvel. He has like Iron Man. That's the exact same thing I said. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing, dude? I'm playing so poorly. We did keep our perks at least, which is a good thing. I do love to see it. I am getting a little bit sketched out where I'm training. I gotta figure out a bit of a better training situation. We're absolutely not at the point where we can camp, just because these guns are not going to be particularly. What am I stuck on? I'm going to go down this gun again on that. Let's grab the nuke. Let's just do a reset. I didn't want to grab the nuke because it's a big point waste, but I feel like I was just getting completely obliterated there. Anyways, hot take. And by hot take, I mean the pretty most common take is that Marvel kind of fell off after Endgame. I'll be honest, I enjoyed Infinity War more than Endgame. Endgame was great. I did enjoy Infinity War more. I don't know how many people share that view. I think it's a decent bit. I think it's rated higher, right? But I did love Infinity War. But like I liked Loki. I liked WandaVision. I think WandaVision gets some hate. I enjoyed it, but I did not I haven't even seen Loki Season 2. I know the ending of it, and I'm not going to talk about any spoilers or anything for any of the shows. I will talk about spoilers like up to Endgame. If I talk about Marvel, which God forbid I actually start doing beyond just my brief analysis of the nature relating to League of Legends content creators. That's just no one should ever have to say my brief analysis of the relationship of Marvel and League of Legends content creators. That's so funny. I'm sorry. It's one of the funniest things that might have ever come out of my mouth. I'm in such a good mood, boys. But yeah, Marvel kind of fell off. I haven't even seen Loki Season 2, but like I enjoy what I watch. I just like, I don't know. I have no desire to watch it anymore, especially now that like whatever they're doing with King. At first I was really into it, and then I didn't go see a movie on opening day. The last time I saw a movie on opening day was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, are you kidding me, dog? Oh my gosh, quite literally, dog. Because I also had the green zombie teleporting around me. I'm gonna have to actually like start focusing up while I'm training here because I am not doing particularly well here. But like I saw Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and I saw it like day one, first showing at 11 a.m. because at my theater they don't do midnight showings the day before; they do 11 a.m. showings the day before. So it's literally just like me, my wife, and like 8 other die-hard Marvel fans, and I was one of the people who was like, I want to see everyone here, and they showed certain characters and killed them. Spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know. Who am I talking about? Maybe someone died, maybe someone didn't know. Who knows? But like, it's just, I don't know, man. It did not hit. Like, I don't mess with horror movies, like, at all. I am the biggest wuss you're ever gonna see in your life. So I'm not saying I was scared by a Marvel movie, but I was a bit more spooked than I wanted to be by a Marvel movie. So I just wasn't a big fan of it. That was the last time I saw a Marvel movie in theaters, was that one. And the time before that was the Spider-Man one, which I really liked because I like Spider-Man. I was trying to reread the comics semi-recently. By semi-recently, I want to say it was before I even started this channel. But I was trying to read like the original comics, And the original Fantastic Four was pretty good, and then the original X-Men, I think it was the original X-Men I joined in on. It was pretty good. It's so hard to find like resources to read all the original comics in order. But I did enjoy reading through them. It was a good time. I obviously didn't get like very far, and I dropped them, but I definitely could see myself going back to read them some more at some point. I do not want to train in Spawn. Every time I train in Spawn, it just goes horrible. Honestly, should we start using the trap just to make the waves easier to control? I don't know. It sounds a bit try-hard. It sounds a bit cringe. Ooh, the OSHA gun. I remember this one. What was I talking about? Marvel still. We're still on that. Dude, stop it. I hate how they teleport in front of you. This is the most annoying cringe thing I could think of. But yeah, it was just funny seeing Bass talk about Marvel. I don't know. I love just seeing like content creators who don't have any hot takes whatsoever and just have like the most like normal takes known to man. And it was like, yeah guys, I like Marvel. I'm gonna go watch the new Marvel movie tonight with my girlfriend, and chat's just making fun of him, and he's just like immune to it. Not all the time. Sometimes chat gets a little bit on his nerves. You know, oh man, one of the content creators I've been watching non-stop, am I gonna go down here because that zombie teleported in front of me? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But I've been really into like watching the no pixel GTA stuff. I've been watching Moon a lot. And oh my gosh, I love that. I love Moon. What an amazing content creator. Truly one of the just genuinely best content creators in my opinion. I want to wait till this. Yeah, I want to grab this and then we'll get. Ooh, gee, well, this sounds good because the M1 was horrible. But like Moon was such an insanely good content creator. But sometimes, and I think this is a good thing, I think he does it up for the content. Sometimes he'll pick a particular chatter and like I'm sure it probably annoys him a little bit, and maybe he doesn't at all, but he just plays it up like it really annoys him and really grinds his gears and go like and it's really funny, and he'll just permaban them. And I love it. I love it so much. It's like the funniest thing is even if they get unbanned, you don't want to peek behind the curtains. You don't want to see how the sausage gets made. Sometimes you can just sit back and enjoy things. I think that's something Ludwig's talked about, like because his his lie detector video was fake, which actually it hurt me, man. Knowing that the lie detector video was fake, it hurt me because I believed it. It was the funniest thing in the world because I thought it was real. Dude, I so should have saved that zombie cache for this gun because this thing is going to be miserable to get through. I can already tell you. We're definitely going to utilize the trap for this one because I do not want to deal with that. Ooh, we got the fog glitch where sometimes the fog just stays. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, where like Ludwig just basically talks about how you don't necessarily want to see how the content gets made because sometimes it can ruin it a bit for you, which I think is true. Sometimes you don't want to see how the sausage gets made because as a content creator, I do try to figure out like, man, how is this content creator so funny? What are they doing? And then you come to the realization that a lot of the time is just fake and staged. But it's something like, oh, well, you still enjoy TV shows that are fake and staged. So it's like, I've kind of taken that mentality to a lot of content creation. Gaming videos, I don't like if gaming videos are faked and staged. Like, if someone's going for like a really hard achievement in a PvP game and they just get a lot of like subscribers or something to basically let them get it for free, aka a lot of older Call of Duty content creators videos who mostly play multiplayer, but we won't talk about that here. I'm just making a joke. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. But I do think that one of the appeals of content creation is it can be that more real, but you just have to take it with a grain of salt and understand that that's not always going to be the case. I love them all. What a fun gun. It's a shame that because the way this challenge works, you don't really get to use like the fun guns too much because you get a ton of points with them, right? But it seems like we're coming up to the end here. We only have 5 guns left. We're at the LMGs, which get points rather easily. I'm very curious to see what we'll end on. I know Infinite Warfare had a few wonder weapons in the different maps, so I wonder if it'll choose any of those or if it'll stick to like multiplayer / campaign weapons. I don't know. We're gonna take it down here, I think. Nope, we're Giga Gamers. The RAW, I actually don't know if I remember this gun whatsoever. I don't want to go down here. Oh my gosh, this thing actually is a bit of a powerhouse. Looky there, that's beautiful. I do love how you can just like stand up there, have all the zombies come to you, and then jump down. Obviously, at some point, the zombies start to respawn. Oh, I remember this thing. I don't even know where I remember this from, but I think I played this Infinite Warfare mod before on Shazzy when it was a ton of fun. But I remember this thing. I love this gun. I need to do more of these gun game videos. I need to do the Black Ops 2 one where I can properly do the gun game on it rather than just having to go through and get every weapon, yada yada. Because I think that video ended up being a little bit boring because of that. But I also don't want to play Zetsubo no Shima or... I like Rod Kirby. You guys don't like Rod Kirby. So you guys figure that out yourselves. But that means my choice for Black Ops 3 is Shadows of Evil, Der Eisendrache, The Giant, Revelations, and then like Origins from the Zombie Chronicles pack. But again, like, what? You want me to use Black Ops 2 weapons on Black Ops 3 Origins? So, is that what we want to see? Zombies Inception? Maybe, boys. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe that's what we'll do. By the way, the ray gun. 2 guns left. One of them is the ray gun. Fun. Watch the game, like, crash on the final one because, like, it's not coded properly or something. I don't think that'll happen. I think we're going to end up getting a decently normal gun for the final one. Man, it is fun to use the ray gun. I never just get to blast out with a ray gun. I really want to do a challenge where I start with wonder weapons and show you guys, like, how miserable it would be starting with wonder weapons on early rounds just because you wouldn't have any points. Are you kidding me? The Wonder Waff? This is what you end us out on? This thing sucks. I'd rather just use the freaking death machine, man. Let's use the death machine. Let's have some fun with it. Am I getting points from this? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Oh, look at this, beautiful. Yeah, forget the... We'll just use the Mauler, baby. That's basically what this thing is, right? Forget the death machine. Or not the death machine. Forget the Wonder Waff. I do. It's just so bad. Like, I just wish it was better. I don't have anything against, like, the aesthetic design of it. I think it's a really cool, like, ooh, electric weapon. Very cool. Very, very awesome. Can I still get this nuke? How do I dash in this or do that? There we go. Can't remember the keybind there for a second. Oh god, we have to on a dog round. Is it even possible to get enough points? Am I gonna have to beat this entire dog round? And then, alright, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, baby. Alright, come on, game. So, how many dogs have to spawn? 60 points per, so 5? Yeah, I think we get there. I think we get there. We only need one more. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But yeah, have a good one, everybody, and take it easy.